Do not post your referral code in the comment section below. Doing so will make you think of this cat at a very inappropriate time and you will start to laugh uncontrollably. Thank you. Hey guys, jaybo785 here. What we're going to be talking about today is basically comparing and contrasting whether you should get an HR card and evolve it to an SR or get an SR card and evolve it to an SSR card. And one of the big complaints or big questionings that I've been getting lately is why is Witchcrafter, which is an SR card, an SSR eventually, such a cheap SR card, or such a cheap SR card to begin with. And guys, this is one of the cards that I exclusively pointed out and said, be really careful not to spend your gems on an SR pack because you might get one of these. So, as you can see, it's a great hit the foe's god attack, which is the same as basically the Witchcrafter, or I'm sorry, the Master Witch here, except it's a big, so a little bit of a less of an effect. But if you look at its stats, make sure I can find the damn thing, you can see it's only 18,669 defense, okay? Compared to a Captain, which is 17,000.1 for 4/6, okay? So, really, you're not getting much more defensive stats and only about a 2.5% greater hit to God's defense, or I'm sorry, God's attack for this card. So, the big reason why it's so cheap is it's only a little bit better than your normal Master Witch, or I'm sorry, your whatever, yeah, your Master Witch. But the big thing is, since at that SSR rare status, it's really hard to get its skill level up. So, if this is one of those cards in your first slot at 1 skill, compared to the Master Witch, which, let's just say it's at level 5 skill, essentially, this card's stats, this card's effect, is actually hitting less than what a Master Witch would at skill level 5, okay? Now, I recommend that you get on Raid Trade blog spots. They have a really good chart that says, if the card that you're trying to get up is this rarity level, and you're using this rarity level of a card, at this skill, this is what the percentage will be, okay? So, using a rare card for an SSR card will give you less of a percentage than using a rare card on an HR card, okay? And in the same sense, once you get up to this level of SSR, you're going to have to use those high rare treasure cards at 2 HP per, so you'll be spending 20 HP a pop, essentially, to hopefully get 1 skill level. And at skill level 5, skill level 6, it's just so ungodly expensive, and the chance of you getting that card's skill level up is so little that it's not really worth it. So that's why this card, for being an SR rarity on the Bazaar, is going for like 30ish HP. Plus the fact that it takes 5 card tickets, or 5 Bazaar tickets to even buy one. So, that's why I say, you know, be really careful about that. Like in my last video when I compared the Paladin to Lancelot, you know, I said, yes, Lancelot's defense is way higher, but you still might want to pit a Paladin in your first card slot that has a skill level 10, because that card is going to do a lot more damage to the opposite player. I'm sorry, it's going to boost your defense of your deck a lot more than what a Lancelot would, unless you're able to spend tons and tons of cash. Another thing is, I see people running 5 Paladins in a deck, when actually, since the percentage chance, which I think is 20%, and then like 10% of the 4th and 5th slot, and don't quote me on that guys, is so low, you essentially only need 3 really good cards in the first 3 slots. So that's why I say putting a Captain that's a proper 4/6 or a proper 8/15 in your 4th and 5th slot is actually not only cheaper, but smarter on a defense deck standard than putting all 5 Paladins in your deck, guys. So that's something to think about, okay? So, one card that I've always mentioned is Axemaster, which I really, really like. Now, Axemaster at an 815 status maxes out at 17.1 thousand attack. So essentially, it's a beat stick. Yes, its effect, its skill just sucks, especially since Rage of Bahamut staff nerfed it for the puppet event, but has a beatdown deck card. It's really cheap. You can get them on Bazaar for next to nothing. So I've always said, consider buying this for the 4th and 5th slot, especially for wall busting. If you have like 3 Master Gunners, skill level, whatever, and then having these 2 cards in those last 2 slots, that is actually a smarter idea than having all 5 Master Gunners or, Mithril Golems or whatever principality in there instead. Just insert whatever realm for whatever substitution. But one thing that I've noticed is a much better deal right now is the High Alchemist. Now, guys, I've picked up 2 of these on the Bazaar system for one for 6 HP, one for 8 HP, and they're a rare card, high rare card. Everybody's got 1 or 2 of these because this was what the Puppet Master event gave out. So there's a ton of them out here. But here's the thing. Checking out its stats, it's really, really good. For 4/6, it's 17,400, and it's a big hit to foe's god defense. So it has a much better stat effect or skill effect than Axemaster. Plus, it's a higher hitting card. And then that's even just at the 4/6 level. So at a 4/6 Axemaster, that's 16,500. So that's 900 points higher already. And then if you take a look at the 815, it's much better. It's 18,000 attack, which actually rivals that of something like a Tristan, which is an SR, or anything else like that. Like let's take a look at Yuki here. That's only 2,500 points less, okay? Yes, it only hits the gods compared to hits all defense, but that's actually a 2.5% higher bonus, I believe. And don't quote me exactly on those stats. So as you can see, one of these, which if you can pick them up for 6, 7, 8 HP per, so 64 HP investment, you've got yourself a beat stick card with a really good effect. So it's something to consider. And honestly, that would be my buy of the week, okay? So guys, take a look at High Alchemist. If you're in Man Realm, consider this something to put in your deck, especially since her price is so uber cheap right now. So guys, I hope you've enjoyed the video. Remember, if you have an extra device later on, or a new player planning on joining, please use my referral code RUN26800. That gets you a free rare card and does the same for me. If you have any questions or comments, please post them below in the comment section. I'll do my best to answer those right away. Thanks a lot, guys. This is jaybo785, signing off.